had to, take care of my baby, do my thing. So I'm doing another Kanye West video. This was a request asked from somebody who basically, go later, who basically requested this of me, and I kind of feel like it's an important, I guess, time to kind of bring him up again because there's been so much controversy around him. But this is like spiritual, you know what I mean? Like, this is on a different spiritual level. So I want to do something different because this is a Sunday, okay? I have this beautiful book here, which is called the Holy Bible, as y'all can see, okay? And I do have my cards, but I feel like whenever people are in a space of confusion in life, it's always important to take the wisdom of God with you, especially during these critical times, given the fact that the first reading that I did for Kanye actually, it didn't get that many views and stuff, maybe 500 people or something, but you can go back and see that I actually predicted that they were going through a divorce. Kanye and Kim were going through a divorce before it actually hit all of social media and everything else. So it's interesting the things that I'm able to pick up and pull and what I'm able to sense with my cards, or just with the power of God, And I just wanted to put this into perspective because I feel like, are we supposed to be in a space of being oblivious to the truth? That's what I keep hearing from his head. You know what I mean? And that's an important question. Are we supposed to be oblivious from what we perceive versus what's the truth? There can only be one truth. Remember that. There's only one truth. It's factual. There's proof behind it. People will try to erase it away. And even if they do attempt to erase things away, they cannot change the fact that it's stuck in time forever. So I just want to pull a couple of things from this beautiful Bible really quick because I feel like Kanye really needs it right now. Okay, this is something different. I usually don't do this. I just jump into my tarot cards. But what I like to do is I like to just basically go through the pages and see what God may have to say to Kanye. All right, so let's see. All right. So let's see. We have here, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, let Israel now say, if it had not been the Lord who was on our side, when men rose against us, then they would have swallowed us alive. Then, here we go. When their anger was kindled against us, then the flood would have swept us away. The torrent would have gone over us. Then over us would have gone the raging waters. So think of it this way. I like to pull things from Scripture because I feel like this is an important time to take a look at how Kanye is currently being in the space of being swept by media current, correct? So media is energy. This is an energy flow that's happening. And these are people speaking against Kanye. But he is, and this is a song of the ascent of David. So he comes from the house of David, okay? We all do. As people of color, even in, I've done the whole ancestry thing. I know some people ain't with it, but I was pretty young when I did it. But I did it. And funny enough, I do have Jewish lineage in my bloodline, okay? Black, Ashkenazi, whatever you want to call it, I got it all in my blood. So my thing is, why is it that Kanye has to be in this position of apologizing? Why is Kanye is always in this disposition to where the black man or the black woman constantly has to apologize to everybody else and to be the platform or the springboard for everybody else while they love our culture, They love our food. They love our men. They love our money. They love our architecture. But they can never come to terms with saying that what they're doing to build off of us, to build off of 400 years of slavery, to build off of Washington D.C., to build off of rock and roll, which Kanye should have said to Piers Morgan was initially a part of black culture. Why is that we never get an apology, but we're supposed to apologize to the owners that call us Goyim, even though we are the original people? Help me understand. Ooh, okay. Let me continue reading this really quick. I feel like I need to finish this. Blessed be the Lord, who has not given us as prey to their teeth. We have escaped as a bird from the snare of the fowlers. The snake is broken, and we have escaped. So this is Psalms 124, okay? Again, a song of ascents of David. This is important. I feel like maybe that's just a message for Kanye directly, or for people that believe in Scripture, believe that we need some sort of upliftment from God. I still read the Bible. Yes, I do. I turn to Scripture. Sometimes I turn to Scripture first before I even pick up my cards. So if people don't like it, I don't care. All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and pick up these cards. All right. Because I do ask for permission from my Lord to use these cards or any form of divination before I begin, because God knows that we are all sinners, and that since we are all sinners, we are forgiven for whatever we do, as long as we have good intentions behind it. What I want to do is find Kanye's card. He is, oh, there he is right there. He is a Gemini. All right. So King of Swords energy. As I stated before, he's going through a very traumatic and very spiritual time right now. It's kind of like trying to separate the reality of what God is asking of you and what you're used to, or what you are comfortable with. Because we oftentimes don't like to change the things that we are comfortable with. You know what I mean? We want to have that person in our lives to be of comfort to us. You know, we want to have a specific view or a lifestyle within our minds, but is that what God has for you? You know what I mean? So it's just interesting because, as I stated before, I was the only psychic, from what I could tell, in which they do their best to silence me, that they were going through a divorce. Not to wish on anyone's downfall, not to wish bad on anyone's relationship or anything like that. I just see things the way that they are, and I say it how it comes. All right? So let's see what we have for him. Very interesting. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I'm going to show the bottom of the deck first. Look at that. So it's showing me the Five of Wands. Lots of disagreements, lots of conflict around him, which is quite obvious. We see that, occurring within the media, okay, within that ocean, within the water, within the people speaking against him and trying to flood him out, okay? That's no different than the scripture that I just read, but we have him in the center, okay? Six of Cups, it's like missing someone. So I keep feeling like he's in this position of needing protection and covering because he's missing somebody that he was friends with. And I keep hearing Virgil, and it's showing me the Eight of Cups. It's like, he's like, why am I fighting so hard? It's like, I kind of feel like, I don't want to say that he is, he's in a very weak place. You know what I mean? And it's kind of being in this position of feeling like basically non-life is the easiest way out, but that's not the answer, and he knows that. You know what I mean? He knows that there is some purpose to his message. There is some purpose to his being in life, because he's showing me this defeat card. He feels like the enemy is winning. He feels that the enemy is trying to confuse the masses. You know, so there's a bit of helplessness here. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of like, well, you know, if I just in his subconscious, my eight of cups is like, you know, oh, just get away from all of this, or let's just move into another dimension, or just get up out of here, and then we'll be reconnected with the homie and just go back to the hood like how it was before all this money, you know, and Hollywood messed us up. It's kind of it's interesting. He's kind of reflecting on, like, as you can see, it's like this person is in this space of like kind of creating music, creating beats. It's like those good times when he had amazing times with the people that he came up with to get to the point to where he is currently at now, and just constantly being in this position of the things that, you know, just reflecting on how certain things were working for him, and just being in that space of a memory. But he's positioning the Three of Cups in a situation. Essentially, it's just like, basically, with the Three of Cups in a situation, usually this is supposed to be about celebration. It's supposed to be about joy. It's supposed to be about happiness. He feels that another person has infiltrated into his life that has created a lot of chaos within his life, preferably or particularly within his, I guess he's divorced, but he's still saying marriage to me in my head, in my marriage. He takes that very seriously. He takes his relationships extremely seriously, but he feels like, basically, if he's this cup over here and his wife is, or his ex-wife is this cup over here, basically somebody else is trying to offer up something bigger to distract his wife from basically coming back to him. That's how he feels. And it's not just about the person, it's about the agenda. That's what I keep hearing. Like, this is the establishment. I'll give you a bigger cup if you just ignore him and come along with us and have a good old time. And certain people are just like, ooh, ooh, ooh. You know, it's just, you know, it's very superficial. It's very, yeah, it's just very superficial. It's very fake. You know, this cup might look good and big in the center, but, you know, who's to say what's inside of it? If somebody has real love for you right here, why aren't you going over to the person that has real love for you, that has the best interest for you, or, you know, that does their best to love you and see you for who you are, despite what advertisement wants you to be? Anyway, Four of Swords. He's in this position of trying to get rest. He needs to recuperate. He needs to charge himself. He's been drained because he feels that his words are being twisted, misconstrued. He feels that sometimes he gets passionate and upset about how people are constantly creating walls around him and attempting to block his success, because he is a very successful black man and because his point of view is different. Some people might have a different point of view about me doing certain things that I do, but I don't allow that to get to me or stop or get in the way of my success, regardless of if they want to blackball me for telling the truth. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Why is it that people are so afraid of the truth? What is it about the truth that scares people so much that it makes them want to just run away? Why? Why? You know? But he needs to relax his mind. He needs to meditate. He needs to be in a space of contemplation before he takes himself to a place to where we know that they're just constantly trying to put negativity into his mind to make him cause some sort of self-harm or self-destruction. And I'm just going to say that we're going to cover you, Kanye. Regardless of what you believe, no matter how crazy your ass is, okay? Chicago going to pray for you. We going to take care of you. You always got a place at home. Fuck Hollywood. Hollywood finna burn down anyway, baby. So we ain't even got to worry about that, boo. Okay, just come on, get some heroes. Anyway, Two of Cups, you know, he has to develop a new relationship. Who does he have to develop a new relationship with? He is committed to a stronger relationship with God. Okay? It's very difficult. It's kind of like having to choose. You know, you have your wife there. It's like I'm kind of like being in his position. It's like I'm standing there. I see both of them standing there. And I see Kanye and then I see Kim and they're looking at each other. You know, they're just staring at each other. And one person's head is turning this way, like Kanye's head is turning this way, and he's listening to God. But Kim's head is turning this way, and she's distracted by other things. And that becomes very difficult because he had this interpretation of feeling like there's something that I could do to probably save my family and be able to withdraw from all of this demonic energy. That's what I heard. Demonic energy. I guess he's speaking his mind. This demonic energy that's creating all this chaos in our lives to attempt to bankrupt me. This is a part of their plan. They're stressing me out, okay? But I'm doing my best to put up a fort, put up a wall, stay focused on what I need to do, even if I need to be the one to create this journey by myself. Now, even with this Chariot card, even when they try to attempt to stop him, he's in this position of actually becoming more valuable because he's receiving so much backlash, because there's so many people that are attempting to close their doors and attempting to make him feel worthless. He's thinking about, should I take on this risk of production? Should I take on this risk of putting into becoming my own brand, into becoming something magnificent? But he has to patiently await and figure out what is best for him and try to get into the space of no longer fighting with people that don't support him. And I think that's what it's about. He's just like, I've worked so hard, why don't you love me now? And the thing is, Kanye, that sometimes, no matter how much money you make, no matter how talented you are, no matter how brilliant you are, no matter how you have come from a strong Black woman, that's always going to be an advantage that they can't handle, so they'll do their best to disadvantage you, play you for a fool, okay? Attempting to play you for a fool. So when you get into the space of making this choice, of saying that I'm no longer going to give my focus to the people that hurt me anymore, that won't accept me anymore, I'm going to begin something new. I'm going to start a new journey. I'm going to take these kids, I'm going to take these adults, these people that follow me and can learn from me. Maybe they might not agree with everything that I believe, but I can at least give them foundational tools to grow. This is what your purpose is for. Even though it might not seem like that right now. All right. Let me find his card. That's just a lot coming out. I feel like I had to like get this out because I just felt like he pushes forward and pushes and pushes and pushes. But then when he is sitting alone, you know, it's like it's like his broken inner child is basically exposed. You know what I mean? And I just kind of feel like this needs to be some level of encouragement to show him that sometimes God removes things out of your life because at the end of the day, you know, some people may come around here and say that they're Christian, but they don't really have God in their heart. They got something else in their heart. And that's very difficult, to be in this position of feeling misunderstood or feeling like how your family used to be or how commercialized and beautiful and how everybody adored how your life was in the past. That's what it is. It's like I just keep thinking about things from his past, but his funny enough, even when he gets into this very low vibrational space and feeling in being in this space of defeat, it's his children that continue to give him inspiration. That's what I just heard. It's my children that give me inspiration. All right. Whew. Yeah, look at that. Okay, here's this card. This Ten of Swords is the betrayal card. But I'm gonna say something else. The reason why Kanye was ranting the way that he was on Drink Champs, the way that he was on, certain interviews that he was recently doing, is because these people were really trying to come for him. So this is not a joke, okay? This is a for real thing. And it may just seem very trivial to everybody else, but this Ten of Swords often represents this level of backstabbing, this level of attempting to attack someone intentionally. You know what I mean? Because they've been able to just turn their life around so quickly from being $53 million in debt to becoming a billionaire. That's impressive beyond belief. You know what I mean? But there's just certain things that he would not comply with, and that he basically just would not do. There's certain things that you just can't do, or that you won't do. And it just seems like if you're not complying with what they want, then they're going to make your life a living hell. And so he's expressing the fact that, yes, they did betray me, but they're also trying to come for me too. So this Ten of Swords, okay? This is, he doesn't know who to trust. Look at that, the Moon card. I don't know who to trust. It's very difficult to figure out who to trust. Who's really in my corner? There's so many people keeping secrets. There's so many people doing just backhanded things against me. And maybe that's kind of creating this level of sleeplessness, paranoia, a lot of anxiety, a lot of I kind of feel like they want to call it manic, but at the same time too, I feel like that's coming from people that are triggering him from his past, that he's had previous relationships with. So this Ten of Swords again talks about business, and they're just like, oh, it's just business, it's just what it is. Magician card in the root. Every time I speak, okay, every time I'm attempting to speak, they're trying to chop it up, turn it into something else, without trying to understand where I'm coming from. Again, with that Drink Champs interview, talking about the situation with George Floyd. This is a very sensitive situation because, yes, it involves a very traumatic event that has happened to a man that was resisting arrest and probably going through his own battle with addiction. Now, it did open my eyes because I did watch the Candace Owens, what was it, I guess it was like a documentary, or I can't remember what it was, but essentially after watching it and seeing certain things from a different perspective, it really showed that that certain things can be in a position of confusion. For one, it is not to disregard police brutality. It's not to disregard the injustices that happen towards Black people. But there are certain things that we need to take into accountability when it comes down to what we perceive and what is actually really happening before our eyes. How certain things are projected towards us. And Kanye seems to be the type of person that's very, very direct, very direct and straight to the point, without people actually witnessing the truth or actually looking at what's in front of them, if that makes sense. and actually examining, what's in the bloodstream, what's going on, is this okay, what's happening, why is all of this chaos happening within this, Black Lives Matter and all of these different things that are occurring, and why is he doing White Lives Matter t-shirts, and why is he bringing awareness to these things? Is, if we think about it a little deeper, and we're to look at the evidence, the facts, and everything else, is the judicial system based on factual information, or is it based on the opinion of the media? Which one is it based on? Is it based on our public opinion because we within the media are, or we within the media, ha ha ha, I guess I'm in the media now since I'm on camera, but we pay attention to the media and we're responding to it through outrage, which we naturally would. But I also feel like sometimes we get into this position as Black people to where, again, everything can be in a perception of an illusion, and we're responding in a particular way, without actually understanding the facts, without actually looking into what someone is asking, of in the first place, or putting themselves in that dangerous position. I'm not going to say that, oh, we're supposed to create this aspect of, allowing George Floyd to be a martyr, because a lot of people don't even know that, allegedly, I'm just going to say allegedly, certain people was into pornography. I ain't going to say no names. Certain people was into pornography. So why would this person run around and talk about, oh, they looking for somebody like me? Okay? It's much deeper than that. You have to understand, this situation is much deeper than that. Why would somebody be in this position of having all of these drugs within their system, and they've done everything that they could to cleanse themselves, to turn themselves towards God, and to live a clean life and to do all of these different things, but their own addictions, their own vices, and even the people around that particular person that was martyred, okay? Talking about mama is her. No. Mama was his mama, okay? Because he ain't had nobody, and nobody wasn't around him when it was almost over. Because if you was around your man, you would have been there protecting him. But we ain't finna go there trying to keep him clean. But we ain't finna talk about that. Let me move on. Again, in the situation for Kanye is the Seven of Cups. It's about basically specific choices, or how he feels that he maybe has made the wrong choice because he's speaking out against the establishment, or he is voicing his opinion. Let me see if I can read some of these really quick. Love you, Queen. Hi, thank you. Right. Okay, August, according to one of the very breakdown by race called from FBI stats black on. Okay, whatever that means. So, I mean, right now I'm talking about Kanye West, but either way, maybe that is important to some extent, but I don't know what to say. Anyway, so choices. Am I making the right choice? I don't want to upset everybody. I don't want to hurt people's feelings, but I always feel like, why is it that we as Black people always have to apologize? Why are we the ones always apologizing for saying something bluntly, honestly, and truthfully? Why are we apologizing when the world should be apologizing to us? That's how I'm feeling. And yeah, wouldn't you feel a bit frustrated if, a specific level of media is controlling everything that you do, but they take everything from your culture's music, to your culture's clothing, to your people, to everything, and basically package it up in a 360 and put it up for sale on the auction block? But you would think that they would have more consciousness and awareness to actually say, this is wrong, especially with what we've gone through in the Holocaust, especially with what we've gone through so many different aspects within Jewish culture that has kept us oppressed for so many years. Why would we not have that level of compassion towards people that have been set back for 400 years, towards people that have the same bloodline as we do, but we treat them as goyim because their hair is different, or we want to typecast certain things because, you know, within the realm of Jewish white privilege or white privilege in general, you mistreat people of color. But I guess that's the whole sinister aspect of it as well, because even when we're talking about Jesus, Jesus looked closer to me, and he was a Jew. So maybe it's something to where Kanye needs to take a look at something. If he was putting himself into the position of realizing that this is a redundant cycle that they're attempting to inflict upon him into this space of martyrdom, but he has the choice to basically take this opportunity, take these aspects of people creating betrayal, to take these opportunities in order to build something new for himself, for his community, for his spirit, for his home, for his people, right? To build all three of those things into something magnificent. Universe is saying get to work. Whenever you have some sort of aspects of people speaking against you, working against you, this is the time to get to work and get to speaking the truth. Get to a position of gathering people in order to show the truth, to show what is factual, to become somebody that is of a mentor. We shouldn't constantly go through these situations to where we should be afraid to speak our minds. Okay? Strength card. It's time to be strong. I don't know what it is, but I keep feeling like it's important for him to take a nice trip to the motherland. You know what I mean? To take a trip to the motherland and kind of like be in the space of detaching from the Western world in order to get closer to God. And maybe this might be an opportunity for him to develop that, to develop his vision. It's like you want your vision to come, to come to light, but sometimes people say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do this. And you have no time and space to kind of clear your senses and get away from Hollywood in order to get closer to God. That's just kind of what I feel like the problem is, and that's why there's this distorted response from what the media wants to show you versus the entire full clip of an interview of Piers Morgan that I just watched, but they're trying to just make him minimized into this little box, if that makes sense. A victory card. Again, with every downfall comes a victory. So this is the time to be in this position of seeing things for what it is and seeing how certain things are revealed to him. They are trying to stop him financially. Again, 5 of Pentacles, but that will just cause him to put his foot down and to stand tall and strong and to be in a space of connecting deeper with spirit. I really feel like this is important for him, but I feel like at the same time too, 5 of Swords, it's like trying to get people to turn their back against him, to shut him out. But look at that. This trip keeps coming up. This Chariot card is saying you need to do things around the world. You need to travel. You need to be in the space of being seen. You need to be in the space of actually using your work, in order to voice your opinion, or in order to share your thoughts. I think that what it is that as soon as somebody tries to make it seem like you're crazy for expressing your emotions, or for crying, or for not remaining calm, in order to, deliver something or a message to someone, it just seems like, oh, you're out of control, Like we're all going to the Queen's tea party and she know that she don't like Meghan Markle, or I guess we have a king now, right? Anyway, to the dinner, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, it just seems like Chariot card. I don't know what it is, but there's something with travel, family, And this is specifically for his children because he's looking after his children, as you can see. But being able to accomplish this 10 of Pentacles and use it into this space of affecting people around the world in a different way. So I find this to be very interesting. And then it's showing me this Lover's card. I like this. Okay. So maybe this might bring up new love. Maybe this might bring something to the forefront that could make him extremely happy while he's in this space of traveling and finding a new connection. But again, he's extremely torn between two worlds. It's like being in the industry can be very confusing. It's like play along and go our way and everything will be okay. But if you go the opposite way, it's going to be some problems. You know what I mean? This is what's acceptable. This is what's not acceptable. And so maybe that's the reason why he's working on himself and doing his best to figure out ways to focus on his community, to focus on building freedom for his community, because he's seen time and time again that other people that we so dearly love, you know, have tried to get into competition with Apple and Tidal and Spotify, and they just sell off their company to whomever is willing to, you know, buy it. Turn to your children for aspirations, Kanye. Turn to your children to aspirations. Turn to your babies for ideas. It's time to create products for them. It's time to get them into a space of doing the shoe line for them. And we'll just see if this happens because, you know, I like to say certain things and people just like to think that I'm just talking for fun. But then when they do happen, you know, my cute little face be like, bitch, ain't told you so, you know? But anyway, turn your love towards your children. Turn your love and your ideas and your creativity towards your children and show them the importance of having God close to your life. Stay in that young, youthful, creative space, okay? The Hanged Man. Again, people trying to stop him, trying to sacrifice him from being a father. This is a man that wants to be a father. Isn't that interesting? We often hear these stories of, again, like he said before, black fathers. You know, this narrative of black fathers not being there for their children, abandoning their children, and going about their business. And it just seems like they're attempting to impose harm or suffering on this man because they know that even if he loves Kim, okay, even if he loves this person and he's like, I know she can be better than this, I know she can be more than this, those kids, those babies, he will choose his children over anything in Hollywood. Okay? He will choose his children over anything in Hollywood. And that's the message that you need at this point, because I need to, you know, say that to you. The Emperor card. Be a firm father. Be a firm businessman. It's time to be independent and do things on your own. It's very difficult sometimes because it feels like the people that supported you are not giving you the support that you need. And it can be very frustrating. But the one thing is that if we're going to be in this position of being the one, okay, or being the person, the one, that you have to stand and be the one. You have to be an emperor. You have to be in this position of ruling and putting your foot down and saying, this is the way that we are going to uplift ourselves. This is the way that we are going to move forward. This is the way that we are going to rebuild our communities. This is the way that we are going to establish wealth for our people. This is the way that we are going to do things. It's time to kind of get into this role of taking things a little bit more seriously if you want people to take you seriously. And you know, it's not just for I feel like I'm trying to give advice. You understand? I always do this for people. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care if you rich, broke. I don't care. I don't care. I love to give advice to people. I love to try to coach people or try to give them some sort of direction in order to get their message clear, concise, and to the point, but also with precision, with tone, with I guess you could say public speaking, if you want to say, or within a way that people can easily digest it and allow it to permeate within their minds. You know what I mean? Let's see, 8 of Cups. Yeah, he's like, I want to get away with my kids. It's time to be a father, get away with my children. Look at that. Look at that Hierophant card. God has him and his children covered. Okay? I forgot to add really quick. You all can basically find me on Queen Prodigy 0369 on IG or Queen Prodigy 369 _ on IG, as well as going to the link within the description, which I will put after this reading or within the bio to book me. It is $45 for 30 minutes if you want to book a personal consultation with me, or if you would like to contact me through email at queenprodigy369@gmail.com, you can do so as well. I feel like that's the message for him. I feel like maybe that's something that he needs to focus on. I keep hearing Donda in my head. So I'm going to find the Empress card. Let's see if we can find this Empress card. Because I feel like maybe there's a message that we could probably pull through with his mother. Because I feel like she's needed right now. Like she's needed. Look at that wind just blowing as soon as I said that. Like his mother is needed right now. And I need to find this Empress card. I don't know her birthday. Forgive me. But, I have my own life and I'll be busy and everything. All right, there goes that Empress card. So I have this Empress card here. And also, y'all can send me stickers, put the likes up, support, do all that fun stuff because I appreciate it, boo. For real. So I'm putting Donda. I'm going to actually do it this way. I'm going to put his mother in the center and put Donda on her thoughts, if that makes sense. So we can figure out if there's anything that she wants to say to her son. Because there's a lot of things that happen that a lot of people don't see. He could be walking down the street and somebody could just say something extremely bizarre to him, and they know that might tick him off. They know that might be a trigger for him. They know that it might, agitate him before he has an interview with Drink Champs, which is owned by Revolt, which is Clyde Davis' boo thing. But we ain't finna talk about that. Anyway, I'm sorry. You mess with Chicago, you gonna mess with me. That's just how I feel. You understand what I'm saying? Like, don't play. We don't play that over here. You could keep all that fake stuff over in Hollywood and everything else like that. And I'm not saying that I agree with everything that he does. I'm not the type of person to choose a particular party, because I even predicted in my other video that Trump said that the election would be rigged. Okay, I'm not saying it's true, false, or whatever it may be. I'm just saying what I pick up on. I'm just letting y'all know I'm the real deal. So quit playing with me. Anyway. Yes, clear all that out. Yes. Yes, ma'am. Let's clear all that out. She's like, forget all that. Clear all that out. Look at that. Beautiful. All right, so let's talk and see what's going on. Okay. Let's go now. Here we go. Mama is going there. She is going there. I love her. Oh my God, my throat is like, ooh, I don't know. I just feel good. Okay, she is going there. Mama, Kanye West mama, Miss Donda, the amazing, beautiful Donda. She is about to go there really quick, okay? Talking about her son. I placed this on her crown, all right? Because I wanted to see what she had to say to her son. You are juggling. You're in this space of constantly juggling between two worlds, Kanye. When I say two worlds, it's because I'm looking at these two pentacles. She's showing him, okay, this is how I raised you. I feel like I'm about to cry because I feel her energy all over me. This is how I raised you. I raised you in the trees. I raised you in nature. I raised you to see the world. I raised you to be in this space of upliftment, and you're putting yourself in this position to where you think you are this small. But in my world, no matter how much money you have, no matter how people try to put you down, no matter how people try to belittle your intelligence, you are this big to me. They may try to make you look this big in the little corner over here, but see, you're this big to me. You're the whole thing right here. To me, Kanye. So stop trying to choose a world that's going to belittle who you are and what you are, because I am your foundation. You know what home is. I raised you to be as powerful and as strong and as limitless as you want to be, Kanye. Remember your roots from at home, Kanye. Remember the things that I taught you when I told you to sit up and read those books while you were listening to music and going through all of the history lessons that we went through, Kanye. Your foundation is not broken because you think that they have broken me. You think that just because they can physically take me away from you, that they can break you, Kanye. You are not alone in this world, Kanye. You are in the root. You are my son. You are my son. And no matter how dark things get, I will always raise you up. No matter how things have gotten confused and you feel so much pain in your heart about what happened to me and what happened and what this and what that, you are still my joy. You are still my pride. You're still my light. Okay? Now, why does he feel so confused about his relationship with his mother, or feeling like, is she still here, or just, questioning certain things about his reality? Donda don't like his ex-wife because she in the situation Queen of Swords. Okay? That's air sign energy. I think we know who we talking about. She ain't feeling it. You know what I mean? Because she feels like this person is being extremely manipulative. She feels like this person is attempting to belittle her son and his intelligence. She feels like this person is gaslighting him, even though she knows that her son loves this woman so much. But, Kimmy Cakes, Donda gonna come for your head, baby. Keep fucking with her baby, though. Excuse my language. But keep messing with her baby. Okay? Because I don't think you know nothing about Chicago women. We don't play that. You understand? Especially when it comes down to the people that we love. We do not play that. The advice, 3 of Cups. It's time to redefine the 3 of Cups. Focus on your children. I've been saying that. Page of Pentacles. I keep feeling like the oldest boy is a saint. He needs you. And then, just the children. Look at that. It's just children. This Page of Cups came up the last time for taking a hold of the children, being creative and celebrating with your children. You do not need them. We are a family without them. You already have your family. You have the people that love you. You have everything that you need. And here's the most interesting thing. Turn to God. Turn to God. It's difficult dancing in between worlds. It is. It's very difficult dancing in between worlds, especially when the world, the common, force that is behind social media and popularity and clout and all this nonsense is trying to say that God does not exist. God is very real. They think that God is dead. Okay? They worship these demons. They speak ill of intelligent people. Now, I'm not saying you gotta turn around and be a Republican for everybody out there. I ain't saying you gotta be a Democrat. I ain't saying none of that. But if you have a good spirit, it's important to keep that good spirit despite all of the negativity and the backlash that comes your way, because we cannot continue to be in this space of allowing ignorance and illusion and obliviousness to control our children, to control our community, to control our thoughts, to control our minds and our hearts, because it's going to bring a lot of suffering when we could be in this space of healing. So I ask that people right now that we sit and we pray for Kanye. Kanye, we is praying for you. We is praying for your mental health. We are praying that you seek the Lord, that you take the advice of your mother when she speaks to you, and to trust that despite what the people say around you, and to know that she is still your guardian angel and looking out for you and still sending you so much love, even through other people, to let you know that you are chosen, that you are someone special, that you are in this position of making it seem like they're trying to make a fool out of you. But if you take your time a little bit and you just calm it down and you don't ask for the opinions of others, just take your time and speak calmly. Speak calmly. Okay, I got you. She's saying, I got you. Four of Pentacles, I got you. That's my baby. Forget what the world got to say. This is mine. I'm his queen. You don't need her. She didn't give you life. She may have given you life through your children, but when people make their decisions and their choices, I'm going to hold you down at the end of the day. They keep on spying on him and watching my child. She's specifically calling certain people out, and she's extremely upset about this because she knows that he's extremely talented. Get back to the music. Get back to redirecting your voice. Take your time. Take your time. Express how you feel on a tape. Get all that rage and that anger out, and then see if you can drop it down to that calm, sophisticated, smart, very intelligent, and very firm person that can project and put out the proper words and take their time to put out the proper words to communicate what they really want to say. Focus on that. That's what she wants him to focus on. She's saying, that's my baby. I love him. Knight of Cups. So much love. I have so much love for him. And he is a loving and good-hearted person, only if people knew who he really was. All right? I'm going to leave it at that. I hope you all enjoyed the reading. All right? I'm just going to get off of here because I feel like there's such good vibes from Donda, and I just feel like this is just perfect to just leave that note off with his mother, and put a lot of prayer around him, uplift him, speak to him, do your best to support him and trying to get him to be in a balanced space in order for him to focus on his children, his babies, you know what I'm saying? Potentially new love coming in. But again, he has to be in this position of choosing between two worlds, and he's in a very critical battle space right now. And we as a community, regardless of what you believe in, we need to start supporting good people. We need to start supporting people that are going through that battle between good and evil, and trying to tell them, hey, there are good people out here, and we do love you, and we do support you despite whatever has been done wrong to you or to anyone else. All right? Many blessings. Have a wonderful night.